Welcome, everyone, to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77 with Victor Mullick. Don't let me forget the Duke and myself, Ken Philibom.
It's good to have Duke back after a hiatus in when we went to Mount Pleasant.
So
your hometown, and
yes,
you can't
sir.
let Duke show up.
Well, you know what? They kind of got these rules on dogs and places like that. But hey, it ain't my rule. For the
Aren't
record.
I over in Mount Pleasant?
Yes, sir. I wanted to get there. What'd you think, man? Hey, they loved you. I got nothing but positive feedback.
One of the few places in the world that I'm still disgusted with my performance, but I enjoyed so much. The people of Mount Pleasant, they were wonderful to me. And if I'm over in Mount Pleasant, I'm looking forward to the Glass Festival or the community yard sale days, which are coming up. And I'm looking for some free funnel cakes because last time I was there, I enjoyed those funnel cakes.
I don't know about the free part.
See, but, still, I'm not over enough yet. We'll work on that at the festival.
Did this erase those memories, the bad memories?
No, it still hurts like hell.
That 4th and 1 still eating at you?
Yes, I will never forgive myself for not bouncing that thing outside.
Well, you know what? Hey, you know what? We were talking my legendary status of all the time I spent on the sideline over there. You know, my best and worst memory is actually on that sideline because you gave yours and best and worst over there. It's all on the same play where it's a JV game. I recover an onside kick, right, to give us a chance to win this game. Don't remember if we did or if we didn't because of what I'm about to get into. Coming over to the sideline, everyone, yeah, all that crap, right? And I just see the one coach and the guys that I played with and played around that time. You already know who I'm talking about. I ain't saying his name because I don't want him to come to my house because I know better. He would. So anyway, he's pushing everyone aside, and I just see it in slow motion. Boom! And he's like, you're lucky that dumb ref didn't catch it. That ball only went 9 yards right in front of the ref to just, you know. He's like, hey, you know, Mount Pleasant's ball that way, right? So, and that was the first of many concussions. Hopefully the one I received last week that you picked up on video was my last. You
Take a close look at his head on the play. It was an inspired defensive effort at a game.
Yeah, right. Hey, I went all out. You know, I went chasing that ball, and I went temple first into a rest knee. By the time I got over to the sideline there, I have a text from my one buddy. He's like, hey, I thought you broke your neck. And then within seconds of that, the super fan, I assume you were there. I'm like, oh, an email. Super fan. He was disappointed that I didn't break my neck. So
this is what a buddy does. He makes sure he catches his friend on tape screwing up as good as possible. So I was there to film and caught that perfectly.
Yeah, and he missed that awesome three-point shot that I landed to start the game off.
You reminded me of some things from my days of playing football. We're not going to discuss the 4th and 1, but the coach punching you in the kisser, that was common practice back in those days.
Well,
coaches used to take face masks and just jam and rip and yell at you. There was really no care of your health or concern.
I miss those days. I didn't, you know, I'm sure like you, man. I wish it was more like that, but unfortunately it's the way it goes.
One of my most favorite and memoried ones was, I think we were playing Fox Chapel or Mount Lebanon when I was a sophomore, and we were getting beat 63-0 at halftime.
Been there, Bill Vernon.
Our coach used to take a pointer stick and say, put your helmets on, and he would just beat you on the helmet, and that was your halftime speech. Walked in, grabbed the pointer stick, and went, get on the bus, and we laughed.
They didn't even show up for the second half?
we were leaving as they were warming up. It was a rough day.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. You know what? But in all seriousness, like I said, with going home with my bell rung, reminded me of the good old days. I shared a lineup with Zufall, Jakovitz, Jim Janos, and a Wisniewski. Had my bell rung and got a Lobinger's or Village Pizza on the way home. So it reminded me of the good old days. I felt like I was 16 or 17 again. So I wasn't complaining about the most likely concussion that I received on that play. So, what do you think, man, as far as the time? Like for these schools in Fayette County, please reach out to Mr. O'Malley. If you get the Steelers here for basketball, we're coming. We'll participate in however you want us to. So,
Mr. O'Malley, thank you. You're one of the classiest human beings I've ever met. I enjoyed the couple minutes we had after the game discussing just good old-fashioned sports in Pennsylvania. You are a treasure chest of knowledge, my friend.
Speaking of the Steelers, why don't you get your jab in? 2 weeks ago, I owned both Devin Bush And Terrell Edmonds rookie helmets.
Before we
with the
get into
Steelers.
the jabs, I'm just trying to understand how both of these guys have the Wi-Fi connection in the back of the helmet, because I was under the impression that the defensive captain was the only one who got the Wi-Fi. So how did Edmonds get that?
Well,
was he designated as the captain at one point?
These are different years, though, too. There's one with
But
the
he would
18,
still have to be
19.
the captain to get that, or do they all come with that?
I think.
We might have to go to Dean on this one.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up Dean. We'll be
What's up, buddy?
we'll be talking to Mean Dean in about a couple of weeks during the mainline show.
He got me once with that, not again. I know you back off on that.
but-
Yeah, so you were claiming that...
you want to hit me with it, or you just want me to own it? I'll own it. So I mixed up. Edmonds was 2018. Bush was 2019. And being that I own both the rookie helmets, that's.
I have another one I might be able to stump him on, because we were watching Louis Lips play basketball, and Louis came into the league in what year?
84.
84. So he retired at when? At what year? Sorry.
92 or 93.
Okay,
He
so
finished with
who
the
was
Saints.
his number 2 receiver that entire time?
Well, it would have varied over the years.
But there had to be a 2. And it wasn't Ouija Thompson, even though I seriously would have loved to ask Louis Lips, did Ouija Thompson ever get double covered? Because there's no way.
I got nothing. But
Dwight Stone.
Dwight Stone. He played running back, though, too, didn't he?
No, not that I remember. He wore 20, but hands of Stone was a wide out.
Yeah, he was always fun on Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah,
hey,
to
before
run
I
like a
forget,
deer.
because of what we discussed
Still has the
that you
concussion.
saw at the beginning there. Malloy's Paving, 724-277-8037, 724-323-4179. Depending on what type of project you got, he could probably still work you in. And
The one thing before we go is Snoop Dogg has nothing to do with Malloy's Paving. It's here for Duke.
oh, okay, an homage there, huh? All right, we're going to pitch it to Bryce.
It's official. June 1st it will be the next Uniontown Mall card show. All the rules apply of all the other card shows. Tables are going to be $40 a piece. You can now purchase them at 724-550-4177 or on my personal cell phone at 724-610-0548. And now the only guy more famous than this guy is this guy, kids.
And kids 16 and under, the Pack Attack is back Saturday, June 1st, 3 p.m. right here at Uniontown Mall. And there's no one that gives away more prizes than this guy right here. And I love giving away this guy's money too. So we're going to do it again, bigger and better, Saturday, June 1st, 3 p.m. Kids 16 and under, don't miss the Pack Attack.
Welcome back to Fayette County TV, Channel 77 here at the Stellar Show with myself, Victor Mullick, and we got the fine folks from the Uniontown YMCA here to talk about the Wiffle Ball event coming up. So maybe give everybody an introduction and also what's going on.
My name is Casey Leone. I'm the interim CEO and aquatic director at the YMCA. I've been there about 15 years.
And I'm Jen Starcher, Director of Mission Advancement, and we are excited to be here today.
Yeah, welcome to Victor's store and the Stellar Show.
Yeah, we're broadcasting live from the Uniontown Mall. Some of the specifics of the Wiffle Ball tournament are right here in front of me. This is going to be on May 15th through the 17th, and the members at the YMCA get in for $40 per kid. And if you're from the community and not a member of the YMCA, it's going to be $50. The age groups are 7 to 10 and 4 to 6. So if you haven't signed up already, Doug DeCenzo from the Chicago Cubs is going to be there as the instructor. I'm going to shut up and let these ladies take it from here.
So I am Doug's oldest daughter. He is still with the Cubs. I grew up around the baseball field. He's a Brownsville native, graduated in '82. He's very excited to kind of get involved with the community and help the kids.
So you say he's still with the Cubs organization. Does he have a World Series ring?
That he does.
Wow, that's
Good.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see.
Will it be at the game on Saturday?
I don't know. I think he has it under lock and key.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, we'll have Duke up.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
yeah,
we'll
if
bring
Duke
Duke. He'll guard it. He's the unofficial sheriff of the Stellar Show. So
One of the important questions we need answered right now is what is the phone number at the YMCA and who do we try to get the parents and the kids to contact?
Awesome. Case. Our phone number is 724-438-2584. The front desk can help you, or if I'm available, you can just ask for Casey and I can help get those kids registered.
Yeah, and it's also on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. There is a QR code for those that are tech savvy and want it quick and easy to register. But yeah, it's so important that we get kids in the community out to be active, especially spring and summer here. We want them outside, we want them participating. And it's just a cool thing to do a clinic. Casey was talking earlier when we just got here about kids not knowing the fundamentals of some of the sports. So having a pro baseball coach and player, there's no better way to do it. So we hope that we can get some more kids out there to play. And on the 18th, we'll have our game, which is super cool and exciting. We're gonna have all these fellas here too. Get some video, some photos. Our superstar Duke here will hopefully be there.
He'll be there.
Chasing some balls, chasing some kids, whatever.
Yeah, right.
For those who aren't tech savvy, what would be the thing to type into the search bars on Facebook and Instagram? Would it be just Uniontown YMCA?
Yes.
That's the way to handle that part of it. I'm not that tech savvy, so people like me don't understand QR codes just yet.
We'll get you there.
You know
Okay,
what? We
appreciate that.
should film him trying to do that. That would be a nice little sidebar to all this. So now another reason what's nice with Doug here, like he spent his whole life in baseball at the highest level. So these are the people you want to get this type of coaching from because they've seen it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, back in the old days when dinosaurs ruled the world and I was a child, guys like that would do clinics for baseball. You're going to get the little ones to have a professional look at their swing. That's worth its weight in gold right there.
Absolutely.
You can start, you don't want to go down the road where you're creating bad habits. And a professional baseball player who's been there will be able to tell you small things, even in the growth phases of how not to step in the
absolutely.
bucket, as we used to
something
call
as
it.
simple as bring your elbow up an inch.
Yeah.
Because could literally change someone's life in baseball.
And it's not every day you get a professional baseball player to give you knowledge. So that's wonderful that he's participating.
Right, and that was one reason we included the 4 to 6 year olds. I teach swimming at the Y. A lot of those families said they were signing their kids up for T-ball for the very first time. They had no idea how to play, so we figured this was kind of
This
a
is a
more
good start.
relaxed
Yes.
setting to get them understanding just the basics of baseball.
And with wiffle ball, you don't have the little ones afraid of the contact of the ball hitting them or the sting of the hands with the bat.
Right.
So with this, it's a real smooth, and you can practice and swing as hard as you want, and nobody really has a chance to get hurt.
Right.
Except for me if I run to first base sometime.
Which, yeah, you know what? We're
Heart
playing.
attack.
We're doing something just for that.
And I promise I will not try to bean your kid. Watch out for that one.
You know what? If they get in the way, it's on them.
So-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Fundamentals,
Yes.
questions about swinging balls. Tell me the difference between the regulation wiffle ball.
And there's
Even
two
the bat.
types of wiffle balls. One is completely plastic and it reacts like a baseball does. This particular ball was designed for curves. So if you kids want, you guys watching YouTube, watch some of the backyard wiffle ball that's out there right now. These guys have professional leagues with this, and the way they make the ball curve. See, I remember in the old days, if I held the ball like this with the holes exposed, the ball will turn in. If you hold it this way, it will drop. If you hold it this way, it will rise. So each direction makes the ball curve in a different way,
You know what,
which is something none of you little kids do with a baseball.
Whoever's umping this, make sure you check
No
his
curveballs,
check
kids.
his hat.
Sorry, that's
underneath
just not
every once in a
allowed.
while with everything he was just laying out there. So as we go to
You don't need Vaseline and cheats with these balls. They do it themselves.
I'm still challenging you if I see you. So as we go to wrap this up, once again, let's give a phone number and how to get a hold of
Phone number at the Y is 724-438-2584. You can ask for the front desk or Casey Leone. If I'm available, I can definitely help.
All right. Hey, thank you both for coming out. And
Thanks so
we'll
much
see you
for
next
having
week.
us.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you guys.
We'll be back.
It's time to dive in. The Stellar Show, the sport, the drive, the win.
Hi, this is Ashley from the Fayette Chamber. I'm getting groomed today at a ribbon cut here in Brownsville for Mutts on Market Street.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, channel 77, with myself, Ken Philbaum, along with the Duke and Victor. Victor, what's going on up here?
The big thing that's coming up, and the tickets are flying off the shelves right now, is we're selling the tickets for the Pack Attack for the kids, $40 up until May 16th. It's going to be on June 1st here at the Uniontown Mall. Vendor tables are still available. So, and I'd like to tell you that Bryce Burgeon, who is going to be doing this Pack Attack, congratulations on your show down in Washington.
Heard a lot of good things.
Over 500 tables. Everybody who's talked to me right now has said it was a magnificent show. You did a great job. One of the things that came from that show is my Paul Skeens named card thing.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
So
but,
there's his whole name's there, and there's 6 cards. 2 of them are actually numbered.
Yeah, maybe learn how to spell Skeens, because you got that backwards.
Oh, sorry, forgot. Really?
So anyway,
That looks much better.
that's right.
And he should be up, May 10th, they're saying.
I don't know about that.
Is there, are they
you know what?
going to stretch him more?
I think they should. I know people don't want to hear that. I'll take the extra year if it means losing 3 starts.
If you don't bring him up in turn, well, it's not the pitcher's fault right now. This is just a hitting issue.
And you know what? Here's the other thing
and
too. He's only gone like 6 innings like twice. So they need to.
He's a stud. Donnie Sports dropped this off for you, a guy from the local area.
All right, my O'Neill Cruz bobblehead that he was supposed to give me a year ago. Thanks, Donnie. Anyway, so what do we got going on here?
So
Look at
right
this.
now,
here we go.
We got some 1992 tops to open. This is called a value pack, and we're going to try to pull Doug DeCenzo again. Thanks for the ladies from the YMCA for coming up. Get your kids signed up for it.
Why don't you open the other half?
Now remember, the gold cards are on top. Wouldn't that be neat if we got a Doug DeCenzo? I say Doug DeCenzo because he's struggling with it. Concussion syndrome.
Yeah, a little bit of brain fog going on here. I'm getting Matt Williams.
John Smoltz.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Yinzer Valley Farms. Get on social media. Check out what Mike's got going on over there. There's always something going on. The event calendars are well worth checking out. Boy, this is a dud. I'm getting a lot of Cubs.
Got a Bo Jackson.
Oh, never mind. There you go. That just
This
made up
is almost
the whole...
like a pack battle right
George
here.
Brett. There you go. Hall of Famer. No, I'm getting a lot of Cubs, but not our guy.
Frank Sweet Music Viola.
There you go. Daryl Strawberry.
I don't know if any of you guys caught what happened, but we'll see at the end. Otis Nixon.
Steve Lyons.
Rob Dibble. Rob Dibble, a Hall of Famer?
I don't think.
There was a bizarre scratch and win game in these cards.
David Wells. One of my favorite stories ever is when he bought Babe Ruth's hat and wore it for an inning. You ever hear it?
Oh, really?
Paid like $30,000, and I think Torrey came out and was like, you got to take that off. But he pitched an inning with a hat that Babe Ruth wore.
So you got Strawberry,
Oh,
Brett.
Bobby Bowe.
Not Barry, Lamar.
Hey, you know what? That man played
I think
it right.
I'm beating
He's still
you
getting
so
paid.
far.
Oh, no,
No.
you're
Yeah, I
owning
got
this.
Bo.
Oh, Steve Bichelle.
Howard Johnson, first 30. Wasn't he the first 30-30?
Maybe.
This is an amazing thing that has just happened.
Did you get one?
Garbage, Doug DeCenzo.
Boom.
Last card. There it is.
Well, be a little more respectful than that.
Well,
That's
being
cool.
respectful, here are the good cards. We'll take a close-up of these.
Yeah.
These are all from different years, and he signed all 3 of these. First kid
solid
with straight
numbers.
A report card who comes up here gets one of the 3 autograph cards.
All right. Played in the College World Series in '84 and '85. There you go.
And just to rehash, he does have a World Series ring. Congratulations on that.
Absolutely.
So that was the perfect pack to pick.
So,
we didn't chew any gum this week. Let's see if he'll do this.
Oh, Gremlins. Here we go.
You are a sick man.
That's for me, Dookies.
You have absolutely no shame
You're
when
gonna
it
get
comes to chewing
nuggies.
gum.
You're gonna get nuggies on the way home. You know that.
He's trying to warn you, don't chew this gum.
Yeah. All right. What do we got here? Oh, look at that.
That is by far the loudest.
I think I'm back in protocol.
So I've never seen the movie Gremlins. Have you?
What was it? Oh yeah, you never seen What's wrong with you?
Don't even know what this is.
That's Gizmo.
And that means I'm a bigger fan nowadays of Transformers. So
I can see that. Oh, that was rough.
okay, so This is a great story.
He's got
that
mail
happened-
day while I recover.
Yeah, go away and take your gremlins with you. So what has happened? What happened over the last week is a lady walked in with her son. I'm not going to use any names because I don't have the permission to. But they found this baseball at a yard sale, and it was signed by a guy named Pat Mullen. Pat Mullen played baseball for the Detroit Tigers. He was from Connersville. And I looked at the ball, did not realize what it was, did a little bit of research on it, and we sent it to the JSA authenticators down at Bryce's show at Washington Crown Center. It came back certified. Reading a little bit more into his backstory, he was called up by the Detroit Tigers in 40, played with them in 41, that was chosen to go into World War II, spent the 4 years of his service in, I think, Europe, came back and was an all-star for 2 years. So this ball is probably worth between $100, $500. I've seen it on eBay. This is that part again on eBay. You've seen it for sale for $1,000. Don't quite know if it would go that high.
I thought I saw a few sold between 2 and 4.
2 and 4?
Yeah.
So this was $1 purchase that they're going to cash in pretty well on and bring to life one of the local legends. He's a part of the Fayette County Sports Hall of Fame. Look up Pat Mullins if you got a chance. It's a pretty interesting bio.
Glad you brought that up. Fayette County Sports Hall of Fame, they just unleashed a new class recently. I could get on their site, check that out. I know the 1982 Connersville baseball team was included.
Was it really?
Yep.
Yeah, he was from Connersville. I have one last thing. Do we have enough time to do a 1 minute thing?
Good.
This is one of the most rare autographs I've seen. This is Harold Hook Tinker. This came in a collection. He was the coach of the Negro Leagues, the Pittsburgh Crawfords, in 1929 through 21 through 25. He played for them. Then he was a coach from 27 through 31. And JSA certified this. I'd like to thank JSA for some of the certifications I got. You want to see one more? Or you want to save that for another day?
Do it.
This
is cool.
I'm going to say I had good stuff and bad stuff happen. A Roberto Clemente autograph. They turned down 2 of my Clementes, but probably my favorite thing I've ever owned as far as this store goes. This is the Immaculate Reception newspaper.
Oh, there you go.
And it's signed by Bradshaw, Frenchie Fuqua, both the kicker and the punter here. Franco on his picture, Frenchie Fuqua on his picture, Chuck Knoll and Joe Green are again down here on the bottom. JSA, thank you for certifying this.
Man, that would have been great if you would have got Tatum on there too.
Oh, yeah, he passed away.
I know, but I mean,
yeah.
He would not have signed that for the record.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see someone ask him
I
that,
took
though.
a bath on the Clementes, and I'm here to officially announce to anybody who wants to bring me a Roberto Clemente, if it's not certified, I want nothing to do with it, because what happens with JSA, they have a set price. If they turn it down, you lose the money.
Lose that money.
I lost $300 on 2 Roberto Clementes. I am done with him. I wish JSA would take into consideration that not everybody has $1 million for this. Set a price of $50 on turn downs.
In their defense, man, that chases the people away from flooding them with a bunch of stuff that's just going to fail. Devil's advocate.
I get it, but $150 for a turn down stinks.
That does.
Yeah.
So, all right, anything else to talk about before we go to commercial here?
I think we should go to commercial.
So what do you say, Duke? Go to commercial? Let's go to commercial.
Hey, Bryce, would you be interested in giving away another Pack Attack for life for a kid?
Absolutely. We did a bunch of those before. Free Pack Attack until you're age 16.
You know what? I'm going to one-up you on that. And any kid who has a friend who hasn't been to a Pack Attack, if you bring them and they buy a ticket, they get $10 store credit.
Very nice.
Just a thing to think about. Pack Attack. Okay, so now tell me about this. Why on earth? Look, there's Sanguian, Nellie Browse. There's the Clemente. Why on earth, with all these autographs in here, would you think that's fake?
I'm not saying. I just see why they didn't pass it. This one is too jumbled.
Too jumbled?
Yes.
In the context of this whole book, you're saying jumbled you wouldn't pass this?
This by itself, no.
Okay, so are any of these other ones jumbled?
I can't answer for these other ones. I'm just telling
Look how big that one is.
But I'm just,
this one failed too.
I'm comparing with previous Clemente autographs that I've seen that are certified.
Okay.
Which is, they are few and far between, and you know that probably better than me.
Okay, so what do you got there?
Well, actually, this honestly gives credibility to at least one of these is fake. Look how he signed it concurrent. and then he signed his name on top.
Okay.
So that makes one of these a fake.
Then why didn't I get either one? They nailed both.
Well,
of them.
I'm just ruling out why at least one of them got, why they got graded or,
Well, according to which one's big and this one's too big, this is too small?
My opinion, this is too jumbled and on top of each other, which I don't recall of many certified Clemente autographs where he signed his first name, then his name underneath.
Okay.
This here is too big. That's just,
Now it's too big. One's too small, one's too big. What's
look.
going on in Fayette County this week?
There's a lot going
I've
on.
had
Actually,
enough.
you know what? We're up. Friendly reminder: we are at the
Start
Uniontown
drinking.
Mall. It's too early for that. We are in the Uniontown Mall where the Stellar's collectible shop is. There's still some other shops up here. Get up here and check out the mall. And also DJ Rick, every Thursdays up at Hillbillies in Donegal, PA. Get up there and check out the Beer Cave. Upstairs is where DJ Rick will be playing. And on May 25th, one of my personal local favorites, Pendulum, will be playing up at Mountain Pines. They are a CCR tribute band. They do great work, and they're always raising money for good causes. So what else do we got going on here before we start wrapping this up? You brought up Skeens.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think he's going to be up before June.
Do you know offhand the Super 2 date? Because there's confusion as far as that goes.
Look, if it means getting an extra year to lose a month, I'm all for it, as opposed to gaining a month and losing a year.
But when you're playing this Super 2, aren't you just admitting you plan on getting rid of him, that you're not going to afford him and you're going to trade him?
I don't think that's
and
necessarily
get
the
prospects
case
and do
with
this
him.
again and again?
Because it's like I was explaining to some people the other day. As far as Skeen's situation,
Were these members of Stellar Mensa?
no.
Okay. 'Cause we haven't inducted anybody in a while.
Yeah, Adam, who we're still pulling for,
What's up, buddy?
needs some friends there. But I think the one just went walking by. But anyway, no, here's what everybody forgets, though, with someone like Skeens. This manager in AAA or AA, wherever, they got 20-plus guys to develop, not one. So I think
But your number one pick gets preference
for the record,
over
but you know what? They
everything.
just had to send a former number one pick down because he was struggling.
He was struggling because you brought him up to be a right fielder when he was born to be a catcher, and now he's a DH and he can't hit. So out of your very first pick in the draft, you should be able to get a serviceable major leaguer.
Here's what I would like to see that I think's kind of been overlooked. I would have Davis catching, and I'd have Skeens pitching for 1 month down there and bring them both back up together.
You think? Well, that kind of seems like what they might be doing.
That would be good. Now you know what? You're going to have these two guys for a lot of years, hopefully, and let's get that chemistry going. Because continuity is what built the Pirates in the run from 2013 to 2015, and.
Continuity built the team with Bonds and Bonilla and Dan Slike.
So let's get some continuity with these guys down in AAA and bring them back together next month. That's what I think the plan is, and if that is the plan, I like it.
It remains to be seen, but this just becomes more and more frustrating because the last thing I want to hear is Nick Gonzalez is hitting 400 in AAA. He comes up and what has he proven when he comes up that AAA is any barometer for what these future success is? Tyler Glasnow was one of those in the
Actually,
day.
you know what? I thought you were going to point out that I'm sporting the Jones that I opened up here a few weeks back. Yes, I'm wearing it because I can.
Would you get a number put on that at any point?
I've contemplated it. But you know what? This is a good example, though, too. Like, you know what? They didn't rush him, and look what he's doing. I mean, if he's not leading,
you can't argue with that one.
My God, the other day, it's just I was there Saturday. I mean, if they would have let him swing the bat, he might have won that game by himself. The way he was pitching.
What, he had 10 strikeouts?
Yes. Yeah, he's been lights out and a good.
Was that the Star Wars night?
Yes. Yeah, the bobblehead actually it's in the car. I don't feel like going to get it because someone will think it's time for the.
Yeah.
It rhymes with talk. So what else do we got going on here? You got your card show on the 1st, and we already talked about that. The Nailers, they're down 0-2 right now to Toledo. Toledo did finish the ECHL season with the best record. So they got an uphill climb, but the next 3 games are in Wheeling, which I do plan on going down Friday as long as there's no fluke call-up with Skeens. For the record, I'm not saying Skeens isn't ready. He's only gone more than 6 twice. So they got to, and like I said, maybe get him and Davis, give them a month to click. So I'm hoping to get down there Friday and maybe to go see the Buccos on Saturday.
One of the things I'd like to bring back to the show right now is the oracle that you were. Is there any word on Steelers free agency? Anything in the bushes you've heard about?
I've heard nothing, but that, you know, to kind of get back to the helmets that I displayed earlier, that DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson's best year statistically, he had DK Metcalf to throw to.
What would he cost?
It's worth that.
Would he be a second? I don't know if you'd give him a first, would you?
I think you do. I would. I think he honestly, he's one of the few receivers in the league that I'd give either him or Hill. Those are the only two I would personally give up a 1 for. Well, obviously Waddle and Jefferson, but there was the cat.
Well,
the cat numbers for those two
looking
guys.
at.
You're not getting
they're
those.
out. That's out of the play.
No, honestly, Metcalf. If they said a 2025 first round pick for Metcalf, if they said second round, you just okay. Where do we send it?
Yeah.
But first round, I think you strongly consider, and personally, I think you do it because if you get DK Metcalf in this lineup, the Steelers are drafting late in the first round, not early.
Yeah.
So anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
No, I want to again say thank you to everyone in Mount Pleasant. You made me feel at home, and you eased the pain of some bad memories.
No, and honestly, thank you everyone that came out for the basketball game. That was a good time.
Looking forward to doing that again.
And we're hoping to make that happen again soon. Not just
maybe we can have it down here where we do it at Laurel Highlands.
Absolutely.
Did you ever get to play at Laurel Highlands?
Yeah, I think my junior year we played down here. Okay. You know what? Maybe we'll tell that story. That game went overtime, and there were some teammates of mine that got in trouble for something, but I don't know if we can talk about that here or not. So, anyway. On that note, Rise Wrestling is next.